Hi and welcome back. I am Haley of Discourse of a Divine Diva, and today's video is all about the Tria hair removal at home laser system. So it's laser hair removal you can do at home. It is the Tria 4X, I believe is what it's called, and I'll have all the links and all of that stuff down below. So recently I posted an Insta story where I was using my Tria, and people had a lot of questions about it and wanted to know more about it and how it worked and all of that stuff. So I thought I would do a video. I thought that would be the easiest, most helpful way to put all of the information in one place. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. First of all, I want to tell you why I got it, because it is a more expensive item, and the idea of doing an at-home laser hair removal system was really scary to me, because I didn't want to pay a lot of money. My hair's right in my eyes. I didn't want to pay a lot of money and have something that didn't work. So my husband did a lot of research about it, because it was something that he wanted to get for me, because I have been really self-conscious about my facial hair. I've always been a hairier girl. I've always had really dark hair, so my arms were covered in hair. I shaved them on the regular because the hair is really dark and I just don't like that. And everybody's preference is going to be different. There are plenty of women with facial hair who wear it as it is and don't take it off, and that's totally fine. So it's going to depend on your comfort level, whether you even want to get rid of it or not. But it's been a big issue for me for a while. And once I had my thyroid removed, because I had thyroid cancer, the hair kind of lessened a little bit. So having thyroid cancer for me put a lot of stuff out of balance, and getting it removed, the cancer and the thyroid, was a big deal, and it really helped lessen the hair a bit, but there was still a lot. Now, I don't have a lot of pictures from this time to show you, because I was so self-conscious of it. I didn't want anyone to know. I would wear a lot more makeup. So I would shave my face every day, and that causes a lot of redness, a lot of irritation, a lot of texture. And it was something that I was so worried about other people seeing or finding out about. I wore extra makeup and I did all this stuff. Like, doing my makeup took a long time, and I put a lot of makeup on because I wanted to cover everything, and I didn't want anyone to see it or to know, and it was always something I was worried about. So when we found out about these at-home laser hair removal things, my husband thought it would be an idea, something we could try. So he started reviewing, looking at reviews and stuff, and it seemed like a good idea. So it was a gift to me for Christmas, so I could try to, work on the facial hair and feel better about myself and not have to feel like I had to hide my face so much. So for me, the facial hair was really thick on the sideburns. This was like an obvious thing for me that I thought people could see, because the hair is really dark and I had a lot of it. It was all over my neck, with a lot of it around the chin area here. And I had a lot all over my face, but the main parts were here and the sideburns. And so with shaving it all of the time, there was so much redness and irritation, and it was just a constant worry. And that's why I would never wear my hair up. I would never let anyone see me without makeup. Even if someone just stopped by the house, I would freak out. I would put makeup on, at least concealer and stuff, because I wanted to hide all of that. If I knew someone was coming, I would shave my face and just try, or I'd put a scarf all around me. So, it was just such an issue, such a huge issue for me. And so I wanted to try anything, right? And again, I don't have a lot of photos to show you of like the before and after, because I tried so hard to hide it and make sure that nobody knew about it. That really the only photos I have to show you are more like texture, because I would meticulously do my makeup to try to cover it as much as possible. And thankfully, nobody said anything. Even my hairstylist, who would be right there seeing it, she had no idea. So I guess I did a good job at covering it. But all of the pictures I looked at, I'm holding my head in a specific angle. I have my hair like specific. I'll have my hand in a specific way to cover things. So I don't have a lot of those things to show you, but I can talk to you about it, and hopefully that is helpful to you. We are going to talk about the way the Tria works. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you me using it. We're going to talk about the cost. We're going to talk about all of that. But I do want to tell you about my results, because I want you to know that this thing actually does work. I was very surprised, and it's not an overnight solution. It's something that I started using, I would say once a week, actually once every 2 weeks, because it does hurt. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But initially it hurts a lot because you're not used to it. And I would do it once every 2 weeks. And then after, I want to say after a couple of months, I started doing it as much as possible. So for me, that was 2 or 3 times a week if I could stand it. And there's 5 different settings, and we'll talk about all of that. But I would start at the lower setting, and then I worked my way up to the highest level. And I would do that as much as possible. I would say it was about a year and a half into it where I was really like, oh my gosh, this really, really helped me. So at this point in time, I've had it for 3 years. Okay, so I did it regularly for 2 years. It worked really great, so I kind of took a break. But I've used it a little bit here and there. Now, the results for me were so like night and day. So this part still has hair. There's still hair on my face, but the Tria helped not only lessen the hair and make hair in specific areas just not grow. Like most of it's gone. I think in my sideburns there might be like 3 hairs and some of them are white. So and we'll talk about like the contrast of skin and hair. We'll get into all of that. So for me, there was the higher concentration of hair here at my chin. There's still hair here, but not only did the Tria make hair stop growing, it also lessened it in all over. It also made the hair thinner, more wispy. So it wasn't growing back really thick and scratchy. It was thinner and more manageable. It was also lighter in color. So even now when I'm having more of a resurgence right here because I haven't used the Tria regularly to kind of keep things in check, it grows in darker and a little thicker right here right now. But even then you can't see the hair that much. It's not really noticeable. So like I can feel it. I shaved my face and stuff today, but when it grows in, I can feel it, but I can't always see it unless I'm really close. So that's a really, really great thing about it. I've had great results, and now at this point, having, not used it for about a year, I do notice the hair is a little bit thicker. It grows in a little bit faster, because that was another thing. It would grow in a lot slower. It grows in a bit faster now. It's darker, it's a little thicker in that patch, and it's mainly right here for me. So I'm just gonna keep doing it regularly, and we're gonna get that back in check a little bit. I still shave my face when I go places, but the Tria is definitely such a huge help, and really kind of toning all of that down and making it so much more manageable, making me feel more comfortable. I always wanted to go to Europe, and I was really scared because I knew that just the plane ride, I would have like a 5 o'clock shadow, and I didn't want to have to worry like, what if we get stuck in the airport and I have like a friggin' beard by the time I get to a hotel, or what if I run out of razors and I just feel like I look like just a dude. I mean, I just don't like that. So for me, it's a big issue. Again, it's really your preference, and it's not something I think anyone should be shamed for, obviously. But for me, I don't like it, and I want it gone. So I hope that this is going to be a helpful video for you, and we're going to get into all of these specifics right now. Another thing to point out, a lot of people that reviewed it and had really great experience with it were trans people. And so that was a big deal for me in getting it too. Like, if it worked for trans people, I was really hoping it could work for me too, because I did have a lot of hair. Keep that in mind. If you're trans and you need help with facial hair or body hair, whatever, this could be a really great tool for you to use. This is the Tria, and it is an at-home laser hair removal device. It is 3 times more effective than other devices like it. It is FDA cleared to be safe and effective. And I'm looking at my notes, it is dermatologist recommended, and it's the same technology that dermatologists or whatever will use in office as well. So it comes in white and green, and I think they still have the same pink color as well. So that's the basics here. It isn't cheap. It's about $460, and sometimes they do have sales. When Nordstrom and, well, I don't think Macy's carried it, but when Nordstrom carried it, I did see it for as low as $350. I did not see it on their website anymore. The Tria website does occasionally have some percentages off and stuff. So, you know, major holidays, things like that, you can get it a little bit cheaper. They do have free shipping. There is a year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, 60 days, I don't think that you're going to see immediate results. If your hair was as thick and dark as mine, it's going to take longer. It really depends on your hair, whether you're going to see results that quickly. It's also going to depend on how often you use it, and all of that jazz. So they do have a 60-day money-back guarantee in case you get it and you're just like, I can't do it. So I know it is expensive, but again, it has saved me a lot of money in like trips to the laser hair removal place. When I was looking into getting it done professionally, it was going to be at least $600 just for the initial set of appointments. And I know that I have thicker, more stubborn, darker hair, so I knew it was going to be a lot more than that. So you are saving money. It probably takes a little longer than if you went to the what do they call it, a clinic or something? I don't know for sure, but I do know that it's been really helpful for me. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about how it works. Now, the laser itself targets the melanin at the root of the hair. So what that means is that it's only going to work on brown and black hair. And it's only going to work on people that have that sort of contrast between their skin tone and their hair. So if you have dark hair and you're a dark-skinned person, it's not going to work for you. They do have a skin tone chart on the website that has, I think they have like 7 different skin tone and hair combinations, so you can put in your skin tone or the closest and your hair. I think anything darker than their light brown is too dark for this particular item to work. You can also use it on your body. It's not just for your face. I've been wanting to do my armpits. It does have a pinch to it that you have to get used to, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But you can use it on your legs, you can use it on your arms, you can use it on your armpit, you can use it on your butt, whatever. But I've mainly used it on my face. I have tried it on my arm, I've tried it on my armpit, but I haven't been consistent with those areas because I do shave my arms and my armpits actually. But I'm going to talk to you about some of the features and just how you go about using it. First, you're gonna shave your skin, you're gonna cleanse it, you're gonna dry it. I would not recommend having hair where you're using it, because it's kind of, you know, burning that. So you don't want hair that's coming out. Shave it. So then you are going to turn it on. It has 5 different settings, 1 through 5, 1 being the lowest. So that's going to hurt the least. And 5 being the highest. It's going to be even more effective, but it also stings. And I will talk to you a little bit more about that. I'm looking at my notes again. Sorry, you guys. So yeah, you're going to choose your area and you're going to start working on it. So it does have this little treatment window that's going to tell you the battery life. It's going to show you how many, what do they call it, treatments that you use, pulses. That's what they call it, a pulse. And it's going to have an area, and I'll show you close-ups, where you can set the level of treatment from 1 to 5. This is the power button. It does have these little vents for it to cool down. It does have a plug-in here, and that's how you charge it. So let me show you. It does plug into the wall, the charger, and it just has the little doohickey like this. So you can plug that in. It has the skin checker down here, and a grippy little handle. This colored part is actually kind of silicone-y, rubberized, so it's easy to hold on to. It does have that kind of handheld niceness. It looks like a little mini blow dryer, but it's not. It's not. It does have a nice weight to it. It's not super heavy. And I have a little makeup bag that I put it in, and my husband did get these protective eyeglasses for us, because in the beginning I would lay down, we'd both wear the glasses, and he would do it to me because it was painful. So let's talk about that for a minute. When we first did it, it was rough. It kind of felt like little hot needles poking into your skin, and that's not comfortable. So initially we started doing a like a numbing cream on my face. I would put that on for 20 minutes, clean it off, and then we would do the thing, the treatment, and I had an ice pack and I would put that on. And your face does get hot. It gets kind of red, and it will feel kind of irritated at first. Once your skin kind of gets used to it, it's not a big deal. When I use it, I occasionally will get ingrown hairs, and essentially they're like the hair kind of dyed and kind of curled up, and so sometimes you have to like pick it out. But it's not every time, it's not all the time, it's not all the hairs. It's just an occasional thing that happens. Kind of like when I do my epilator, which if you want me to talk about that later, let me know. But similarly, sometimes I'll get like irritated skin, some zits, ingrown hairs. With this, it's mainly just ingrown hairs every once in a while. Now that was at the lowest setting when I first started. Now once I got relatively used to the hot stinging needles, I went up to a 5, and eventually I could do it at a 5 to myself. Is it still stinging? Yes. It feels more like a hot rubber band snapping on your face now versus hot needles. I think it's a step up. And I feel like once you're able to do it to yourself, it doesn't hurt as much. I don't know why it hurt so much when he was doing it to me, but then when I would do it to myself, it wasn't as bad. The most hurty places are the mustache. Ooh, it hurts. It stings, and it will make you cuss. It will make your nose twitch. It might make your eyes water. But it works, so it's worth it, right? So yes, it hurts, but it's a hurt that's doable. And you can get used to it. You can deal with it. It'll be fine. And I do feel like my skin is happier when I use a cold compress after, and then hydrate it real good. If you have a really great hydrating mask that you want to put on for a little bit, any kind of really great moisturizer, particularly if you do this before bed, I like to put on a really great moisturizer, a night cream afterwards, and just let the skin be happy because it, it has been bullied by this thing. All right, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to turn this on and it's going to make a little noise, and I just want to show you kind of how initially it works, okay? All right, so then you're going to put the skin sensor on your skin wherever you're doing it. It goes do-do-do. That means, okay, your skin works with this thing. You can start using it now. It basically unlocks the laser. So I'm not going to point it at my face. Then you'll have the indicator of the level here. There's the little battery thing, and then the more you use it here. And that's it working, and the little light flashes. And basically what you want to do is do like a, you can't see it very well that well, let's see. You're going to do little overlapping circles. Ooh, that hurt. So that's kind of how it's going to go. And then this little thing will count the pulses. That way, if you're doing a particular area, then you kind of have an idea of how many pulses it takes to do that area, so you can keep it kind of similar and accurate. And sometimes it'll hit something, maybe a mole, maybe a scab. I have the little ingrown hair scabby thing here. And it'll go beep, nah, and that's a technical term, beep, nah. And that means it didn't, I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm spitting. I'm getting excited about telling you about it. That means it didn't do its thing. And so you either need to move on or try that area again. And sometimes if you do it too fast, it'll do that where it'll go beep, nah. And let's pick a different place. So you just want to make sure it does like beep boop. But I don't think I'll be able to get it to do the thing. Okay. So if it does the then just maybe don't do that area. Because if you have a darker area like this, I'm not explaining this very well. If you have like a darker scab or something, it's just gonna hit the sensor weird, and it's also gonna hurt. So, and yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. So that was everything I feel like I can tell you about the Tria Hair Removal System 4X. If you have any more questions at all, feel free to ask in the comments. I will get back to you. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but yeah, I'm always here to answer questions. And if you've used it before, I would love to know your experience. Did it work for you? And especially if you have a darker skin tone, and if you've used it, I would love to know how it worked for you. Did it take longer? That kind of thing. So yeah, I hope this is really helpful, and I hope that it encourages you to get it if it's something that you feel will help you feel better and navigate the world a little happier. It certainly helped me, and so now that I'm more comfortable with saying, hey, I'm a girl with a hairy face, then I can tell you about this and hope that it helps you too. So take care, everybody, and remember, stay sparkly, you guys. Bye.